Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and the subject of this replay is a player called Novason, and he's in the T92, the Tier 10 American SPG, top of the tier, and we're on Halluf, and this appears to be the north spawn of Halluf, or should I say actually the east spawn. Anyway, battle's underway. And he's setting off to his firing position. It looks like he's going just north, just east of the village, I should think, actually, yeah. Certainly looks like that. Well, there's some things I can say about the Arty, and that's it's a 24cm howitzer, the M1 howitzer. So it's incredibly powerful. It's got an alpha damage of 1300 hit points, so it can really smack the enemy. Good penetration as well, 60 hit points of 60 millimeters of penetration, but just an absolutely alpha of massive alpha. Okay, of course these were known by the American troops as King Kong, and there weren't that many of them built. But he's got his first targets to fire at, and it looks like he's going to aim at... nope. Schwarzpanzer has pulled back. He's not going to encounter the enemy heavy, so we're just coming up to meet him. But E75 there sitting on that corner, as well as a Wizzy 111. Okay, this IS-7 and that M103 are hugging the rock face. They know full well they're Arty safe so long as they stay close to the rock and they don't want to get hit. There's only one Arty on each side, which is a benefit to the enemy, because two Artys would probably be too awful. There's a Panther 88 and it's sitting up there on that rock. It's very vulnerable. It's a narrow shot, but he's going to have a go anyway. And Novason fires it in, lands behind. Now, as you can see, there's one mark of excellence on Novason's barrel, so he knows the T92 quite well, and he's moving position to ensure he doesn't get counter-battered. Experienced Arty players will move after every shot, especially if you've got a very long reload. You might as well move, because you've got plenty to do while you're waiting for that reload to go in. The unfortunate thing about the T92 is it's got a very, very long reload. Its rate of fire is only 1.22 per minute. It's got a nice charioteer here you can fire at. And it's on the wrong side of that, pass. He really should be close to the rocks where the M103 and the IS are, but he's decided to go on the open side, and of course that makes him vulnerable, but he's unsighted at the moment because the members of Novason's team aren't spotting him. Ah, there's a Conqueror. Now he can hit that. He needs to get the tight reticule on the aim before he fires. Is he going to snatch a shot? He does snatch a shot. Oh, direct hit, 613 hit points. That's a nice roll. Now he needs a few more like that, especially if you can hit mediums or these tank destroyers. That charioteer's decided to come over the other side now. Okay, so Lorraine 40T there, firing off against the M103. And he's been taken down by the charioteer. But Novason's loaded, but the thing is that charioteer's gone back into the dip. He knows he's Arty safe so long as it's a very narrow shot on that dip. So he knows he's safe so long as he stays in the dip. Or at least fairly safe. And it's a very difficult shot for that IS-7. Because he's got the rock in the way. Probably not worth risking the shot at this stage. But most of Novason's team are being wiped out. Okay, that Conqueror's coming to view. He can go around into that. He shoots. And he wipes out the Conqueror. 337 hit points, just like that. And Novason's moving. Another quick relocation. He doesn't have to move very far, just enough that the enemy can't shoot his tracer. I think actually he's moving further up that, further east, because he wants to put some distance between him and the enemy forces, who are now coming around the corner and approaching their area. And of course they're 3 tanks down at the moment, so he really does need to equal up the scores. And he shoots blind, and he does kill the IS-7. That was a blind shot, but he wiped out the IS-7. I think it was a splash actually. It fell to one side of the IS-7, but it was enough to wipe him out all the same. Okay, there's a whole host of enemies now coming down that that north pass, so he needs to try and put some more in before they get to the tank destroyer and the Object 416. Now, I think they're very cautious about coming down there, because I think they know that there's a tank destroyer at the other end of that road, and they don't want to get hit by him. They're being hit by him. That WZ-111's been hit. That's a splash kill, and he kills him. Splash kills him. 18 hit points, but it's a kill. That's another enemy tank down, and that equalises the scores. Now, although there are 4 heavies on the enemy team, those heavies have been hit. So, yeah, that E75 has lost half his hit points. More than half his hit points. So he's not happy. And I know that VK100-01P has suffered some damage as well. Looks like they're trying to skirt that FOC. This was the FOC that was causing the problems with that autoloader. Okay, he's after this Scorpion G. He shoots. And he wipes him out. 491 hit points. Lovely kill. That's 4 kills that Novason's got. He's got a fighter badge. Now, if the FOC can keep them at distance, Novason can put the shells in to do the damage. And then the FOC can take over and get the clean kill at the end. But he's elected to go after this charioteer, which is over on, near the enemy cap, because Novason's forces, the T92 and the E75, are actually going up the south route there. They've gone through the village, up the pass, and they're now into the enemy area. And this charioteer is facing off against the T32, but the T32's got very little health, so Novason's going to help him out. He puts a shell in, and he takes out the charioteer. That's a great kill, that is. He's really helped his T32 there. But the T32 is killed by the Object 261 on the enemy team. Oh, it's such a pity. He was so helpful to that T32. Okay, and he's repositioned again to avoid counter battery. Unfortunately, the FOC's been destroyed in the meanwhile, so it's only the Object 416 on his team. Let's have a look and see who else we've got. We've got the E75 on the opposite side, and he's also got a Scorpion G, which is on the rocks a little further south of him. Okay, he's now lining up for a shot based on the fact that the enemy's going to have to come close either from that pass or the other pass to get to the cap. I think it's more likely they'll go the other way around, but he's elected to shoot at this pass here. He's pre-aiming. And they can't see anything at the moment. I think he's going to be relying on the Scorpion G to tell him where the enemy is, or the Object... is it the Object 260? Sorry, I beg your pardon. The Object 416. There's the E75. Okay, he's made it up. He has come up the way that Novason thought he would. And he fires and he wipes him out. 717 hit points. but they lose the object 416 in the process. And that 416 was killed by the object 261, the artillery, on the enemy team. Oh dear. That means the enemy artillery is looking at this area because he took out that 416. That means that Novason's going to have to be very careful to move after each shot, otherwise he is going to get counter-batteried. Okay, there's 103's coming up the... He's only got 3 hit points left, that 103. You'd think that the E75 would take him out. He can see, the E75 must be able to see this 103, because I think he's the one who's passing on the information of where that M103 is. There he is. Or is that E75 on his side? Oh no! But he kills the 103 anyway with a good shot there, clean shot. That brings up his 7th kill. So he's now definitely on the top gun. But is that E7? No, the E75 is moving, so he wasn't on his side. It's just he wasn't shooting. Very peculiar. Now, I'm just going to decide which direction is he going to aim at. Is he going to aim for this VK? Or is he going to try and aim at the object 261 on the other side? If he can find it. The Scorpion's coming back towards him. Trying to get a better bead on the on their cap. See if he can spot the enemy as they come in. That will help Novason. If the Scorpion's looking for him, he'll get a better spot on this VK100-01P. But I think he's going to be a lot closer. Novason's indicating he's looking at the rock face near where the VK was last seen. But I think it's a lot closer than that. The Scorpion's having a quick look. He's gone into that little culvert, that little dead end. And he's gone up onto the rock to spot for the VK. It's a very useful little place that you can spot for. But the only problem is that Scorpion's very vulnerable, because if he can be seen, then the object 261 can see him as well. Ah! He's seen the 101. He's just on the other side. He's in the dip, but he's behind that rock at the moment, so Novason can't hit him from that angle. He needs to relocate if he's going to hit him. And the T92 is coming up the other side, which is where the E75 is. So this is awkward. He can see where 2 of the enemy are. They're both after his teammates. They don't know where he is. Now he's using his right-hand mouse button there to have a look around without actually adjusting his aim, without losing the tight reticule. You can click down on your right mouse key and then look around other places to give you a better idea of where to look. Ah! The object 261's been spotted. Priority target. And he's been taken out by the Scorpion. That's brilliant. That's excellent news. That means now that Novason doesn't have to worry about being counter-batteried. Ah! Tree went down. That means that the enemy was there. Yes, the T-32. Been spotted. It's been spotted by the E-75, which is further up the rock face. Now, the E-75 is not aiming at the T-32. Novason fires. Splashes the T-32. 418 hit points and 2 critical hits. He's moving. He doesn't need to move now, but he wants to get closer to get less reaction time for the enemy. Okay. It's also a difficult angle because there's rock faces in between, and the E-75 is going at the T-32 directly. Face to face, they're brawling. And the problem is that VK100-01 has got quite a lot of hit points still left, but he's taking hits from the Scorpion, and the Scorpion's brawling with him. Oh my god, what's going to happen here? Is he going to lose both his teammates? There's only 58 seconds left on the battle. And there's only one enemy left. They've killed the T-32. Now, will he be able to get the VK100-01P? How many hit points he got left? 250 hit points. The Scorpion's put some shots into him. But the Scorpion's suffering as well. But he can shotgun him from here. He can shotgun him. He aims. He shoots and he kills him. 250 hit points, that's a Radley Walters, and it wins the battle, and the Scorpion sends the affirmative, so he's happy too. Let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's a second class tanker for Novason in the T92. He got a Bruiser Medal for scoring at least 5 module damages or crew injuries to enemy tanks. He got the Radley Walters for killing at least 8 of the enemy, and he got a Top Gun for scoring at least 6 kills in the battle. Let's have a look at the team scores. He didn't do the most damage. That was done by the Rheinmetall. He did 3,421 hit points of damage. He did get the top number of kills with 8, and he also managed to get the 4th highest score in base XP of 884. He fired 11 shots in total. 3 were direct hits, 3 penetrations, 9 were splash damage. Did total damage of 3,421, of which 3,171 was more than 300 meters. I suppose actually the difference is that tank that got really close, I think it was the E75, got very close before Novason shot him. Then we had the 10 enemies damaged, 8 killed, 71 damage to vehicles stunned by him, and 4 stuns in total. He has a premium count, so he had 47,730 credits. After resupply of ammunition, 27,500, he takes away 20,230 credits, which is not bad. And he earned XP of 1,326, and there's no multipliers, so that's all he took away. So, nice battle, a Radley Walters Medal, a Top Gun. Well done, Novason. You certainly got that last kill, and that was a very nice shotgun, actually, at quite long range, but it was very nicely aimed. I see he's actually put Quickybaby's name in the title. Obviously he wanted this replay noticed by Quickybaby, but I'm not sure the top YouTube celebs will actually do Arty battles, even if they're Radley Walters. But what Arty Noobs does, because we like Arty and we like to focus on it. So well done, Novason. Good battle. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully I will see you in the next replay.